On this edition of YPN News, join us as we discover how positive communication through the use of one program can lead to a peaceful coexistence between neighbors, societies, and even nations. Welcome everyone to this special edition of YPN News here at the Peaceful Solution Character Education Program Educational Conference, Positive Communication Works. I'm Kim Kaziaka.
And I'm Charity Heimerman. We know that even by today's standards, our society is morally bankrupt. Communication, much less positive communication, is lacking in all corners of our world.
And the Peaceful Solution Character Education Program seeks to break down all negative barriers through education. An education based on positive character in our homes, communities, schools, and workplace.
And here are some quick facts about the history of the Peaceful Solution Character Education Program. Here we are with our history of the Peaceful Solution Character Education Program, and we're so excited about this because it really maps out how the Peaceful Solution Character Education Program has grown. And it really started a long time ago. I remember that first meeting when the author and founder invited us into his office, and then he started talking about the problems that are going on in society today. And Columbine had occurred recently, and that was on everybody's mind with the shooting there. And as he talked, we realized as concerned parents and educators that society has really become bankrupt in morality. And so based on that, he said what we need is a change of the hearts and minds. This program can change hearts and minds. And it's so wonderful. So we started off with our little lunch box. What's for lunch? And we sent this out to many schools, and it had a basic program in it. It had a little cassette tape. It gave them a flavor of what our program is about for the elementary age. And then as we walked through, he continued to meet dignitaries from all over the world. And the curriculum was designed for the elementary series first. That started in 2001. We then brought out the intermediate series around 2003. We found at that time that we needed to have proof that our program worked. So at that time we developed what's called our pilot program. And we had over 200 schools that participated in our pilot program at that time. And they simply just did a little pre-assessment of the children beforehand, and then they did a post-assessment on the other side of the lessons. Every single one of them saw a marked increase in the behavior of the children. They improved. That was all we needed. That was our evidence base to show that this program works. So from that time, we've continued to build. We had the Building Moral Excellence series for the advanced age. We had someone contact us and say, do you have the PRISM program in Spanish? And at that point, there was a man that had emailed us that lived in Mexico. He got a group of concerned people together that translated it. It took them a full year. They translated the PRISM program into Spanish, and they gave it to the Peaceful Solution as a gift in kind, and that's been very effective. We knew the root of the problem was really with parents. So that in 2010 we developed what is called our parenting program so that we could really reach out to parents because they say, I don't know what to do. I've got this little child running around. What do I do with this child? So with the parenting manual, we teach the parents how they can improve on their positive moral development, and then that will help them role model for their children how to do it. It gives them wonderful tools and tips of helping children. And of course, after we've taught the parents, we want to help them in training their children more. So the Peaceful Solution promotes that you can teach a child in the womb on. So we started with our early learning program that starts teaching in the womb all the way up through to the elementary grades of kindergarten. After that, We continue to promote the Peaceful Solution Program in many places. We've been to Washington, D.C., we've been to many states. We've gotten material overseas. We have a huge international organization that is working with this in their countries and getting it into their public schools, their recreation centers, everywhere they can, and that has really blossomed. So that brought us to how can we make sure we've covered all aspects of society to our workplace manual. And this was in 2014 that the workplace manual came out, and it teaches how to build positive character within the workplace so that you can get along and be more productive. You work as a team. You have better success in your environment there. So this is an excellent program too, and very effective. Since then, we've been working on our Peaceful Solution certification course, and we have participants all over the place that are now working towards learning about the elementary series, the intermediate series, the advanced series. They will walk them through all the way through the parenting manual and then into the workplace manual. And then at that point, once you've trained as a teacher, you can then become certified as a Peaceful Solution Character Education teacher. And that's our goal, is to help everyone learn how to become certified teachers of the Peaceful Solution.
After learning about the history of the Peaceful Solution Character Education Program, we heard from many speakers and educators about the effects of positive communication.
There's no shortage of ways in which we communicate. We talk a lot. The question is, are we truly communicating effectively? Now notice that there's a difference. I made a distinction, didn't I? We can communicate, but are we doing it effectively? So what's the difference between communication and effective, purposeful, productive communication?
Communication incorporates many different things, such as words, facial expressions, body language, and tone of voice. In a healthy family, children communicate with their parents, and parents communicate with one another on their needs and desires that they need.
Effective communication is important because it enables members within the family to express their needs, wants, and concerns to each other. With effective communication, families are able to solve unavoidable problems that arise.
Anger and frustration are normal emotions that we experience from time to time. But too many times, people tend to allow their anger to control them rather than control their anger.
So we have to build a foundation of respect, consideration, value, self-control, and then you can understand how it is to be accepting of others.
It is obvious to see we need character education in every home, school, and in every classroom. Character education should be the #1 subject and to be taught at an everyday basis.
Positive communication is a cornerstone of the Peaceful Solution, and you can be a part of the Peaceful Solution. If we change ourselves first, we can change the result for the whole world. That peaceful world we want to see begins with you, and it begins with me, and it starts with the way we communicate with each other today.
We caught up with one of the speakers after the session, who talked to us more about the simple solution to ending conflict.
So how can the Peaceful Solution Character Education Program truly bring positive communication to the whole world? And what kind of effect would that have on society?
Well, that's an excellent question. We have to remember that the Peaceful Solution is about developing moral character with traits like self-control, patience, responsibility, respect. And when you have self-control and you have patience and you have respect and you realize that you're responsible not just for yourself but for others, then you can begin to communicate in a respectful, positive, effective manner. Because that's what communication is about. It's about having the self-control to speak in a respectful way. It's about having the self-control to wait, to make sure you understand everything that is being conveyed by the speaker. It's about having the self-control to listen attentively so that you can be sure you've understood everything that the speaker is saying. So the peaceful solution is an integral part of developing positive communication in our society. When you think about the problems that the world has, the conflicts, and every time you hear the word conflict, understand that it's a sign of a lack of communication. A conflict is a disagreement between two or more people. If you have a conflict, then you don't have effective communication. Otherwise, it would solve it. So when you look at all the conflicts on a worldwide scale, we can see if leaders were taught how to communicate effectively, it would lessen the severity of the ills, of the problems that our world face. It will lessen the severity of the children that are killed, the women who are raped, the men who are beaten. There's so many things that go on because we cannot effectively communicate, and the peaceful solution has the tools to teach us how to do just that.
We watched many people enjoying the display while learning about ways to improve their interactions with others. We even got a personal tour ourselves.
Communication is the basis for our, and then you fill in the blank, which is our interaction. On average, how many words per day do people speak? This is a challenging one for most people. The answer is 5,000.
Oh wow, 5,000.
Then bridge the gap with excellent communication skills. Spring is here and flowers are blooming. Inside the bananas, we have another card. Congratulations, you are officially an effective communicator. The next phase of your adventure awaits. And what you'll do in groups of 3 or 4 is you'll take a card, and this is basically to demonstrate teamwork. So you'll take the card, it has different things that you'll go and find, but you will leave the area and go throughout the building to find the items. You'll break it up amongst your group.
But all working together.
But all working together, learning how to communicate. Okay. So here we have the puzzle for the younger children as a hands-on activity, and they also learn how to positively communicate. When the puzzle is put together, there's positive phrases like I'm sorry, thank you, just things to help them with communicating. Then we move on to the What Does Effective Communication Mean to Me board. This is for the 20 plus. They will write on the board what it means to them. So then here we'll move on to the boards that have the tone of voice and what it means, body language, words, and how they all play into communication. We also have facial expressions, and as we heard earlier, listening plays a main part in communicating. And when you're done with all of the activities, you get to take a bookmarker that says even when you're not talking, you may still be communicating, or one of the cards. What determines true friendship with anyone is how you interact and communicate with them. This determines the quality of friendships. And we took them both from the Acceptance Peaceful Solution book.
We at YPN News want to invite you to join us at the next Peaceful Solution Character Education Program Educational Conference. The Hope for a Future Starts With You, scheduled for October 8, 2017. Come and learn how you can get peace into your life. Charity, we've learned so much today at this conference about how positive communication can really make a difference, not just in our personal lives, but on a global scale.
And with the Peaceful Solution, we can truly see the benefits that come from practicing positive communication. And if you'd like more information on how you can get involved in this amazing one-of-a-kind program, contact the Peaceful Solution Character Education Program at 1-888-613-9494 or visit their website at peacefulsolution.org and find out how you can be a part of the only solution to all the world's problems. We want to thank you for joining us today. I'm Charity Heimerman.
And I'm Kim Kaziaka. From all of us here at YPN News, thanks for watching.